Here we are at the entrance to the Egyptian Grotto Garden in Cairo. And the entrance fee is 20 Egyptian pounds, which is kind of modest. And here we see the emblematic fish of the Aquarium Grotto, of course. Go into this area, and then entrances just leading off in all directions, and stairways ascending to higher levels. Okay, I'm standing at the highest point of the so-called Aquarium Grotto Gardens in Cairo, Egypt. About 15 meters, or 50 feet in elevation, and it is a wonderful artificial landscape created in the 1870s by Barlet Deschamps, a French landscape architect who was called here to Cairo by Khedive Ismail to Europeanize the city. And so, some buildings that have Parisian character to them and so on. This grotto is meant to be one of those. We're kind of standing on the parapets here, looking down. So I'm on the highest point. There's two high points actually. This is the highest one I'm on, but there is a second high point you can see right now. And I call this one Bat Mountain, for lack of a better term. That's where the aquarium, little aquaria, are situated. That gives the grotto or the garden its name. And the mountain I'm standing on, by contrast, the interior is just basically dry, dusty, empty passages. So let's just go have a look around here, and we'll make our way over to the Aquarium Grotto, and with the big bat chamber inside of it. Very unique feature here in Cairo. I first learned about this place from an article by the famous American speleo historian Doc Halliday, 1998, and he had an old stereopticon card of the Grotto Gardens. And he came here physically in 1998 to Cairo to view this, and at that time there was no water in the aquarium like today, but in the year 2000 it was completely refurbished, as I understand, and they replaced it with live fish from the Nile River. Well, here we are at a high point in the grotto, and let's kind of pan over. You can see we're surrounded by downtown Cairo, and we have all these very interesting, tortuous, concrete on wire kind of pathways and constructions around us, making arches and caves. And it's also a little bit difficult to film here because this is obviously a lover's lane of sorts, and we're kind of cutting in on people's private moments. So this grotto is in a very urban area, and here I'll show you. I'll just walk through a typical passage here of concrete and on a wire frame. Come through here on the other side, and whoa, what's this? Skyscraper. So here is one of the entrances to Bat Mountain, lower level. And you can come in from many different directions. This is the one which leads into the great chamber of Bat Mountain. And need I say, all that racket up there are the bats, which are, I think they're fruit bats, rosettas, and they are just and having a good time up there in the chamber. We'll move on here to a shell grotto in a static display. They do indeed have aquarium displays, but they are static displays. They do not have water. There's dry as dust in there. And for some distance here, now it's only on the upper level of that mountain that you get to see the actual living aquaria. And after a while, you begin to notice a certain sameness. A lot of these are koi, which are actually raised on the grounds. And so they have well, these are definitely koi, as you can tell. So it does, and after does kind of live up to its name, but it's not the Nile fish that we had come to expect in the old descriptions. And here is something unusual. It's a display of embalmed fish, perhaps Nile fish that we are in search of, and a display of a, kind of getting glare there, but perhaps a Red Sea coral reef. Not quite sure. When Barrelay Deschamps created this faux landscape, this cave, artificial cave, he did a great job. You can see here it's got all kinds of stalactites on the wire frame, concrete, so on. Now it can be just a bit awkward in touring these dark grottos because this is a well-known trysting place for Cairo couples. And so you'll come across them suddenly, off in a niche. Nothing too much, just holding hands or something. But even that apparently is too much for the morals police around here. And I've actually seen sort of a blue-shirted love police, you might call them, who come up to you and blow a whistle to get you to cease and desist from your amorous activities, if such they be. So, something to keep in mind when you're touring. You come across a private moment somewhere. here's the entrance to the koi breeding facility. It was used to stock the aquarium in this park. And here's where they raise the koi for the grottos. Well, the grotto is famous also for its cats, and here's one of them. They are definitely can't really approach them too close, some of them. But this one is apparently the boss of this hill. We just saw him or her run off another cat. So apparently she owns the grotto hill from here on up. Hi guys, how you doing? How are you? Hello, kitty, pretty kitty. Very pretty grotto cat. I just saw her here. And we move over here. And here's a pretty calico from the grottos. And what grotto did you visit today, my love? Oh, so precious. Well, the cats in Grotto Park are well taken care of. You can see a group of them here. And you can see little houses that people have made for them. Complete with insulation for cold. In case it's a cold Cairo night. You need to bed down. And of course, a fish grotto is a natural place for cats to congregate. And here we are at the feeding of the cats in the evening, outside the park gates. See the kitties enjoying their repast. And this one is perhaps related to a cat of one of the pharaohs. Oh, she wants to say something here. Hi, baby. Just one more thing. Subscribe to our channel and gong that bell to be notified of new videos.